Good Tuesday evening. Happy first day of spring and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A helicopter team airlifted a pair of hikers down from the Enchantments wilderness last night. We'll tell you more coming up. A formal disaster declaration has been officially issued for the 2023 cherry harvest season. We saw another record high temperature fall today with cooler weather by this weekend. More coming up in your local weather forecast. A fire this morning in the packing line facility at Stemilt Growers halted production but left no one injured. Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett says the fire in a machinery room at the Euclid Avenue complex was reported about 7:53 a.m. But fire suppression systems at the warehouse helped calm the flames, while Stemilt's emergency protocols got more than 100 people safely out of the building.
When fire crews arrived, there was smoke coming from one of the overhead doors. The building had been evacuated and the maintenance personnel were waiting to give us information as we engaged in suppression. Fortunately, the maintenance personnel working there, they shut the breaker off to the machine room where the fire originated. A sprinkler head activated, which contained the fire, just as they're supposed to do. Crews were able to quickly grab a fire hydrant and stretch an attack line inside and finish extinguishment on the fire. The great thing about Stemilt, we have a long-standing history of Stemilt investing in their people and their emergency protocols. It's paid off again. They have ammonia training continually. They constantly practice their evacuation and what to do in an emergency. Their employees did everything perfectly. They executed just like they were trained. When we arrived, they were able to confirm everybody was out of the structure. We're able to let Rivercom know that we have an all clear on the building, which alleviates a lot of stress for us, because then we know we're not going in not only to suppress the fire, but to have to look for occupants as well. We can focus exclusively on suppressing the fire.
A helicopter team airlifted a pair of hikers down from the Enchantments wilderness last night. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the two women, ages 31 and 35, had set out on Friday on a planned two-day hike from the Snow Lakes trailhead. But they sent a message Sunday night from a satellite communicator saying they would have to camp an additional night. The two also reported they weren't fully prepared to complete the 24-mile route. The sheriff's helicopter located the hikers about 4:45 on Monday, just downhill from Kolchuk Lake, and brought them down to the parking lot where their vehicle was located. The two were not injured. The sheriff's office says winter weather is still in place in the Alpine Lakes region, and hikers should know their limitations. The bill that gives high school students the opportunity to earn more college credits was signed by Governor Jay Inslee on Monday. Senate Bill 5670, also known as the Walking Start to Running Start bill, was sponsored by Senator Brad Hawkins. The bill allows students to earn up to 10 college credits in the summer term before 11th grade. Hawkins says the bill could save students money, reduce likelihood of debt, and advance them closer to a 4-year degree. The bill was supported by Wenatchee Valley College President Famous Harrison, who, along with local Running Start students, testified before the House Education Committee in February. The bill was first introduced in the 2023 session. The State Court of Appeals has approved a 134-lot subdivision for development in rural Peshastin, turning aside a lawsuit from neighbors. Chelan County's hearing examiner approved the 43-acre Pine Ridge development along Larson Road in 2022, but nearby residents sued, saying the project did not comply with Peshastin's urban growth plan and that the approval violated county code and state environmental law. A Grant County judge ruled in the developer's favor, and today the appellate court agreed, saying the evidence supports the project's approval. By agreement with the county, the developers must install connecting roads and pedestrian trails, along with a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit through the new neighborhood. When we come back, Chelan County Commissioners had to hold a second public hearing today on changes to Leavenworth's growth management plan, and the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual chamber banquet and distributed the 2023 Banquet Awards, the winners coming up. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Chelan County Commissioners had to hold a second public hearing today on changes to Leavenworth's growth management plan and voted 2-1 for its approval. Missing paperwork required a second hearing to comply with public meeting laws. The commissioners were forced to accept a plan for denser zoning in Leavenworth's urban growth area after the city successfully appealed their no vote to the State Growth Management Board. Commissioner Sean Smith, who's consistently opposed the Leavenworth density plan, was the only vote against the county's adoption today. A formal disaster declaration has been officially issued for the 2023 Cherist harvest season following a letter from U.S. Senators Cantwell, Murray, and Representative Kim Schrier. Sweet cherry growers faced challenges last year, such as high temperatures and heavy rainfall that caused significant economic loss. The three lawmakers sent a letter to the USDA requesting a disaster declaration, and Governor Inslee requested one as well. Washington sweet cherry growers are now eligible to receive up to $500,000 in emergency farm loans. Growers can apply for funds on the USDA's website. On Thursday, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual Chamber Banquet and distributed the 2023 Banquet Awards. The Business of the Year Award was presented to Cordell Neer & Company. The Nonprofit of the Year Award was presented to the Teams Learning Center. The Cornerstone Award was presented to Tom Neese, and the Tourism Impact Award was presented to the Wenatchee Convention Center. Each of the recipients received a plaque with their organization's name and the title of the award from the Chamber. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we'll tell you more about CMI Orchards and Royal Family Farming partnership to launch the Soil Center, a sustainable composting organization. Record highs today with more unseasonably warm weather expected tomorrow, but changes are on the way. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Welcome to Devar Cooley Tasting Room in downtown Manson. You're invited to stop by, relax, and enjoy a sample of our longer-aged wines. You will taste the difference from the very first sip.
Tipsy Canyon is proud to introduce their latest lineup of new wines. The Garvins will make you feel right at home as spring unfolds across the Chelan Valley. Come up to the Manson Hills and experience the magic for yourself.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Check out clubcrowcashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
CMI Orchards and Royal Farming recently partnered to launch the Soil Center, a sustainable composting organization. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Casey Safford caught up with CMI Orchard President Bob Mast and Royal Family Farming President Austin Allred to discuss their decision to partner and how far they hope to see the center go.
What we're looking to do is, we're creating soil amendments that can come back to the farms. And, our number one goal is to try to treat all of the, CMI families. We have 4 families that make up the ownership of CMI. Treat all the CMI orchards with these soil amendments, all of our growers that come to us, but also supply part of the industry with these soil amendments. And then the other piece is, retail piece of it. Are there goods that can be taken to the retail marketplace and, be used for consumers? And, when a consumer can say, look, I bought these apples from this particular shipper, and this is a byproduct of the apples that now I'm putting on my garden to feed my garden. That's the full loop process that we're looking to achieve.
The great responsibility we have to close our loops. And to be able to do that at a scale is something that we haven't really cracked the code yet for. You have a lot of good regenerative systems that are pretty small scale, which is fantastic. That's where we learn a lot of that's where the R&D is done. But in this instance, we're really excited to be able to close loops just all over the place. First and foremost, the one that's just is kind of glaring in the apple industry right now is the fact that industry-wide, we still burn the majority of our trees when they retire. So the Soil Center at the very beginning stages is going to be able to eliminate that. But then diving into the other loops of our waste from the compostable waste coming out of the different packing plants, and even the compostable waste coming out of our retailers and the food waste coming out of retailers, rolling that into a closed loop so that we can support soil instead of landfills. And that's really what this all boils down to, is taking that carbon, which no matter the conversation, carbon is valuable in soil. Carbon is not valuable in the air once it gets past a certain point. But in soil, carbon is valuable. So at the end of the day, everything the Soil Center is going to be trying to focus on is when we have a carbon source, which, as most people know, most things are carbon sources. If it originated from life, it is a carbon source. So cardboard, food, all these carbon sources, we want to make a home for those that can be put into a really prescriptive amendment for soils and to get that back into our soil, because getting the carbon back into the soil is only a positive.
So I understand that the Soil Center will have a physical location. Has a property or anything been established yet for that?
Yeah, initially it'll be there in Royal City, kind of in a pretty central location to the orchards, to the cattle, to the worms, to where the wood chips are going to be coming from. It's going to be in Royal City in just a couple miles from where a lot of those feedstocks are coming from.
Just getting started in the process. There's a lot of equipment that's been ordered. There's a lot of plans being drawn up right now. Obviously, the equipment won't come as fast as we want it to. So we're just super excited about what the future is going to be, with a lot of anticipation that when this equipment comes to get the process fully into place. There's a lot of things that are being done behind the scenes to get us there, but right now we've made the commitment, we've made some purchases, and now we're just waiting for equipment to come to get it rolling.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a great Tuesday. Haven't these last 3 days of weather just been the beautifulest stretch of weather? Boy, I can remember in March in a long, long time. Spring has sprung in Leavenworth as we look down at Leavenworth from our Tumwater Canyon Skyfire Tower camera. And boy, this was the situation all across North Central Washington today. bright, beautiful sunshine. Many record high temperatures fell today, including right here in Wenatchee. We'll get to that in a second. But here's what we can look forward to as we move through the week and into our upcoming weekend. Still going to be a nice one tomorrow with high temperatures around 70. But as we get into Thursday, that's when we'll begin to see the cool down. Lower 60s to maybe middle 60s for Thursday. We'll stay that way Friday, and then we'll crawl back down into the upper 50s by the time we get into Saturday. Chance for rain showers both Friday and Saturday, and that will continue into Sunday. So I guess all good things must come to an end, and our very warm weather will. But boy, 72 degrees today, another record high temperature. That's our third in a row since Sunday, so it's been a nice stretch. 68 is our former record, and that was set in 1999. 54 is where we should be for this time of year, so 18 degrees above where we should be for high temperatures today. 43 this morning, also 8 degrees above where we should be at 35 for a normal low. 19, our record low set in 1965. Sunrise now at 7:04, and the sun sets at 7:13. All right, let's get you into our forecast for Wednesday. Temperatures still going to be awfully mild out there. A few degrees cooler than today, but still warm. 70s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. Upper 60s to near 70. Ellensburg, Wenatchee, Eniatin to Chelan, Omak around 70. And then our higher elevations, mid-60s for Lake Wenatchee and mid to upper 60s then for Leavenworth and Cashmere. Taking a look at tonight, we can expect mostly clear skies. Still a big ridge of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. A small area of low pressure did slide underneath that ridge. Really won't mean anything weather-wise. We're going to see lows tonight still very mild into those mid-40s. For Wednesday, low pressure, it begins to sneak into our weather picture, and that'll bring some clouds into western Washington by Wednesday afternoon. We'll see a few increasing clouds too. Still warm with a high temperature tomorrow, about 70 degrees. On Thursday, partly cloudy skies. This is where we'll begin to see some cooler weather, mainly because we're seeing this push from this system to our northeast too. That'll bring some cooler air our way. High temperatures Thursday in those lower 60s, and then by Friday, as that Pacific low gets a little bit closer to the southwest Oregon coast, it's going to bring us some clouds on Friday and about a 50% chance of rain. Not so much during the afternoon, but there you go, into our evening hours. That's when we should see the wet stuff. Cooler too. High temperatures in the upper 50s for Friday. For Saturday, it looks like a wet one. A 60% chance of rain, cloudy skies, and cooler. It looks like showers throughout the day. Going to continue that cool down too with highs as we kick off our weekend into the mid-50s. And then by Sunday, ending our weekend, here we go to start the day. A 50% chance of morning rain showers, mostly cloudy by afternoon. Most of the showers will be in western Washington on Sunday afternoon. High temperatures again about normal into the mid-50s. And then getting into Monday, mostly cloudy. You can see another area of high pressure that will begin to push its way into the northwest, but we'll still have a chance for some showers on Monday. Very scattered here in our area. High temperatures again into those mid-50s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 44 overnight tonight, increasing clouds, and 69 for us tomorrow, 62 on Thursday, and then it's back to earth for us weather-wise as we get you into Friday. A 50% chance of rain and 58, 60% chance of rain on Saturday and 55, and we'll stay with about a 50-50 chance for rain at least in the morning on Sunday, mostly cloudy by afternoon, and then just some scattered showers Monday with a high temperature then of 55 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock, but when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
And a happy Tuesday to you. Dominic Canzone homered, and the Mariners outlasted the Rangers in Cactus League Baseball Monday. 9-5 the final. Cal Raleigh got the offense going on the top of the first, and then the Mariners played add-on from there. Reliever Ryan Stanek also got some work in on the mound, earning his first strikeout of the spring.
The pitch. Swinging it, swatted on a line into center field. Crawford waltzes home and scores from third base. That was a stinging line drive. Cal Raleigh behind the count with an RBI single. And the Mariners are on the board, 3 batters into the ball game. It's 1-0. Cal Raleigh at first base after his RBI single. Here's Dom Canzone. The next pitch, swing, and this is blasted. A rising tee shot out to center field, to the gap in right center, and it's gone. Dom Canzone is having himself a spring. That was crushed. For the biggest part of the ballpark, practically. Canzone, a 2-run home run, and it's 3-0 Mariners.
Here's JP. Here's the pitch to JP. Swung on, rammed into left field, base hit. This is going to plate 2. Anderson will score. Bliss right behind him. He steps on home. JP Crawford, a base hit, driving in 2. The Mariners now lead. It's 6-4. Because we get our first look at Ryan Stanek in a Cactus League game. He'll take over here for the Mariners. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 97-mile-per-hour upstairs heater. Strikeout for Stanek. 1 away.
Seattle was set to face Colorado back in Peoria today. We're just 9 days away from opening day next Thursday at T-Mobile Park against the Boston Red Sox. Well, Joey Decord suffered a horrible start in goal for Seattle, and the Kraken lost their 5th straight, all at home, this time to Buffalo by a score of 6-2. Philip Grubauer ended up replacing Decord, stopping 23 of 26 shots faced, but it was a lousy start that cost the puck to start rolling in the wrong direction.
In 4 games on this homestand, an overtime loss against the Vegas Golden Knights. Jordan Eberle, who's still 1 assist shy of 400. Tolvanen, Eberle, he scores! 24 seconds in. Jordan Eberle lights the lamp. Buffalo's coming off a 4-1 loss in Detroit to start the road swing Saturday. Tage Thompson with a goal. The Sabres rocket right back. Thompson had their only goal in the Motor City on Saturday. And now, 49 seconds in, Buffalo ties it. Jeff Skinner gains the zone. Greenway for the front. A shot. He scores. Cleanly beat on the short side is Joey Decord. 2-1 Buffalo. Tied up by Girgensons. Tage Thompson out to center. He'll gain the zone. Look around. Threaded across. Tuck scores. 3-1. Now what? He'll defer out to Tolvanen. Here's Schultz. Eli Tolvanen one-times it. Off the post. They score! A game of Plinko. Matty Beniers at the side of the goal. Taps it home. He'll walk the line, crisscross with power. Drop it off for Peterka. His shot off the pipe. The rebound scores. Owen Power.
So now you're right. You do have some building blocks on the back end.
Skinner scores. Jeff Skinner finds an opening. As it scaled all the way back in. Rolled around for Tatar. Greenway. Skinner gets the hat trick. That'll do it.
Eli Tolvanen and Jordan Eberle bemoaned the problems with Seattle's game right now, and Coach Dave Hackstall says he's seeing that frustration bubble over.
I think we just have to be ready from the start of the puck drop. I mean, we got the early one, but I feel like we're just sloppy with the puck. No details, D-zone. Getting too many odd man rushes, and they're a good group of guys, and they're fighting for their play spot too. So I mean, some of the year we can't make those mistakes.
But yeah, you score for a shift and then they score right after. That kills you. But that being said, I mean, we're resilient. You should be resilient. You shouldn't have to, they should get one and you should be like, all right, we're fine. Still 1-1 game. If they get 2 more, even we found a to make it 3-2 going into the second. We're still in this match, so yeah, we're not quite there. I said it 2 years ago. I mean, the line between winning and losing is so thin, and right now we're on the other side of it.
You know what? I don't think it's one specific point in the hockey game. we had too many holes in our game tonight. Too much fluctuation up and down in the quality of our play throughout the game, and I saw a little bit of frustration tonight. I think some of the carryover from maybe from the results that we've had previously this week, if we're being blunt and honest. This is the first time that I've seen frustration, come into or come onto our bench. Whether it happened quickly or throughout that first period. That's the first time I've seen that.
Seattle hits the road Thursday to Vegas to face the Golden Knights. That'll be at 7:30 on ESPN. Well, Wenatchee and Hermiston played a spirited boys lacrosse game at the Apple Bowl last night, with the visitors coming out on top by a final of 9-7. KJ Gilman continued his hot streak, scoring 3 goals, while Evan Mathena chipped in 3 goals for Wenatchee. They'll remain home Thursday night against Chiawana. We'll have that one live on the NCWLIFE channel Facebook page starting at 6:50. There was one prep boys soccer match on Monday that saw Bridgeport top Tonasket by a final of 4-1. Very busy schedule today. Chelan hosting Quincy. The other games, all that got kicked off at 4:30 just a little bit ago, have Brewster at Okanagan, Manson hosting Tonasket, and Pateros visiting Oroville. Cashmere visits Omak tonight at 6, while Ephrata hosts Ellensburg. Moses Lake plays host to Eisenhower in their Big 9 opener, while Wenatchee entertains Eastmont. Speaking of, tune in for the Wildcats and Panthers live here on the NCWLIFE channel tonight. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen will have the pregame on Facebook and TV beginning at about 6:50 this evening. There's a busy schedule in baseball going on today. Oroville on the road for a doubleheader at Curlew. Moses Lake visiting Sunnyside. Wenatchee plays at East Valley of Yakima. Eastmont's on the road at Eisenhower. Ephrata plays host to Shadow Park. Okanagan visits Lake Roosevelt. The Oroville girls fast pitch team also on the road at Curlew today for a twin bill. Ephrata's hosting Wenatchee. Bridgeport's at Manson, while Quincy hosts Waterville Mansfield. Lake Roosevelt visits Okanagan. Brewster plays at Tonasket. That's Look at Sports. I hope you have a very good Tuesday.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coos, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is the first full day of spring. The vernal equinox, of course, is tonight. And we're going to celebrate spring by celebrating spring. As you know by now, we got some new legislative district boundaries. It's a story we brought to you. Jefferson Robinson, this complete conversation with Senator Brad Hawkins will air on tomorrow's episode. And I am going to eat this box of Cracker Jacks, which has been on my desk for a long, long time. Best diffused by June of 2019. I will not be eating the Cracker Jack. First day of spring tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.